Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, everybody. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Thank you so much, guys, for coming through. Hit that like button. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Defensive line needs. We got to talk about it. Oh, jeez. Oh, my Lord. I'm telling you, people, it is too much. We need too much. But I'm glad because we're gonna work on it and we're gonna talk about it as far as the Miami Dolphins and our defensive line needs. We need a lot, but it's okay. So hit that like button, guys. Go ahead and hit that like button. Much appreciated, guys. Thank you so much for coming through. Really, really do appreciate it. Let me know. Can you hear me? Am I live? Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? I just want to make sure we're good. What's up, Chris in the building? Good morning, fam. Let's make some move this off season. I don't know about y'all. I'm 36, not getting any younger, and would like to see a Super Bowl while I'm alive. Chris, man, you young as heck. Don't worry, you got about 90 more years to go, so you're good. Slap that like button like clear. Clear slap. Exactly. Guys, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Oh my god, you guys already starting. Already starting this morning. I love it. What's up, David? Good morning, Miss Phins. I finally got you live. Yeah. Good morning, David. I love that jersey. Love the colors, man. That's great. Thank you so much for supporting. Thank you so much for coming through. Andre, always a great time to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning and happy Wednesday, Miss Vince. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Polk, welcome. Thank you for letting me know you guys can hear me because my computer decided, and I apologize, to completely shut down and restart. I guess I forgot there was some stuff I needed to update. You know the auto update stuff. Oh gosh. And when I'm like, oh no, so I have to wait till that sucker finished and then get it all started. So it is what it is. It happens. I like it. Uh, we just gotta keep moving forward. And we gotta make this happen. So uh but yes, everybody. We're gonna talk about it because again, the line is huge. We always say the trenches are the most you gotta when building the right team, you gotta build through the trenches first, in my opinion. When you focus on that, oh my god, everything else just kind of falls into line. Um, and key example, take a look at the Eagles. To me, they're the most complete team in the NFL. They have the offense, they have the defense, they have special teams coaching as well. But this didn't happen in 2 years. They had to work on it. They built it up, and then from there, we're able to add those key pieces to take them over the top. Yeah, I can hear you good. Awesome. What's up, T Carter? Ooh, are those Jordans? But like Dolphin Jordans? Love them. Love them. We gotta have that big defensive tackle in the draft. Man, I'm telling you, Davin. Seriously. Good morning, Miss Fins fam. Everybody hit that like button, subscribe, support Miss Fins. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. But yeah, guys, we're gonna talk about it. Look, as far as the defensive line, just to start off with, obviously, um, we have for sure and still under contract Zach Sealer. That's it. That is the entirety of our entire defensive line. We have Zach Sealer, and that's it. Now, I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but yes, you can catch Miss Vince last night on the Miami Dolphins roundtable over there at the AFC East Roundtable and TD Fin Stock. Shout out to TD, CB, and Big C. It was awesome doing that show last night, and we're doing it this off season weekly. So you can catch Miss Fins Tuesday nights, anywhere between 8 and 9 p.m. when we start. So you can go ahead and catch us there. But even last night, when asked, what are the most important things we can expect from the Dolphins to focus on, I straight up said it. We absolutely need a new nose tackle because I think Benito Jones is good, but I think he's good depth. I don't think he's a starter level. And and again, he did his thing, He did his thing. I'm happy for him. But nah, man, we absolutely need a lot more from our nose tackle position, and that's one thing that I almost feel like sometimes we're not getting it. We're not. And right now, the nose tackle position is huge. Now, what no or which nose tackles can we go ahead and approach and kind of go off and take a look at? Well, I mean, there's multiple nose tackles out there. Obviously, what way should we tackle this? It's gonna have to be in that defensive line a combination between free agency and the draft. But the most important thing is the Dolphins have to hit on the free agency so that way we can top it off in the draft. It's the only way to do it. If we can get that slam dunk in free agency with our defensive line, oh man, we're good. What's up? Vamos Gatos in the building. Welcome. Defensive tackle Milton Williams. Hey, that's a great option. Hopefully Campbell will come back just one more year and draft us a good DT. And you know what? That's the other thing that we discussed too. And I said we don't know what Calais Campbell's gonna end up deciding. Is he gonna retire? Is he gonna come back at least for a year? I mean, do we want him? I would say yes. One good thing it showed you that we saw from Zach Zealer is the fact that he is good no matter who you pair with him. So you saw him with Zealer, with Calais Campbell, and last year and the last couple years with Christian Wilkins. Either way, Zach Sealer has been able to play at a high level. That's a great thing. That means you have your anchor in the defensive line. Now we got to fill it up. We still need edge rushers too because we don't know what's going to happen with Phyllis and Chubb, in my opinion. We need to get rid of Chubb post June 1st. Cut. Either trade or cut post June 1st. That's going to save us around $19 million. We have to do it. We have to do it. And in my opinion, I think we overpaid anyways for that guy. He's been all right, but he's been riddled with injuries. And right now, we cannot afford to keep him, in my opinion. We don't have the cap room, and we got to start getting guys that we can have for the next at least 2 years, if we're going to be honest. At least 2 years. And he's too expensive for us. For his price, man, we can get two or three key pieces, maybe even two starters in the team. And right now, we need about 10 starters between offense and defense. So it's a lot that the Dolphins need to go ahead and um get fixed. It's not gonna all happen at the same time. But yes, one of the first steps, we need to know what Calais ends up doing. Hopefully, we will. T. Carter, T. Andre Chris, oh, not that bum from Washington. Calais is still a beast. Then draft us one of the top. I mean, that's what I want. I want Calais Campbell to come back, but I still think that within pick 13 or 48, or even if we move back from 13, pick up an extra second in those first two rounds in the top 50, two positions, two key positions, in my opinion, we have to come out of. That is safety and defensive tackle. And if you can swing super top tier interior O line, go for it. Those are the only three positions, in my opinion, that we should be looking in the top 50, period. We do that, man, we should be good. We should be good. But the only problem is, will we? Will we be able to do that? Because that's one of the things I think sometimes we forget. Yeah. I think sometimes we do forget. But for me, no. I'm willing to go 1,000% on those three positions. That's it. Milton, defensive tackle, he's only 25. That's one great thing. The youth. What's up, T. Carter? Kenneth Grant would be crazy to me. There are a few options that we have in free agency as well. Um, that will help us out. We just have to make sure that we tackle this the right way. Because this is a problem that I have with the Dolphins. And tell me if you remember this. Every off season, Chris Greer always gives you at least one or two. Oh my God, no way, we got this guy, aka Teron Armstead. When we got Tyreek, Jalen Ramsey, what? Get out of here. These guys where you're like, yo, I mean, mm, mm, mm. That, that would be a good thing. But that's the problem that I have. It's always that one or two, splash guys and spend all the money on them. And then a bunch of middle to low tier guys. More like low tier to low tier guys. He's super bargain shops. And we can't do that. If we're about to be a win now team, like we're all projecting we are, because again, we do believe, at least the majority of people that I know, this is it for Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel. They have to come out and get major wins. That means wins versus good teams, above 500 playoff teams. That means that you have to get back to the playoffs. You also have to win at least a playoff game to save your rear end. At least. Devin says Chubb, $19 million hit. Can't believe we traded a first round pick for him. Dude, not only did we trade a first round pick for Chubb, and it should have always been Roquan Smith. I was pissed when we got Chubb. I mean, yeah, we got some productivity out of him, but to me, it was too expensive. Not only did we do that first round pick, we also gave him a huge contract. The man has been averaging 20 plus $1 million a year. Like, I just, I don't know. That's a horrific move by the Dolphins, in my opinion. It doesn't matter how thirsty you are for a position. We criminally overpaid for that man, when to me it should have been Roquan Smith, who went for a third to the Ravens. I still can't. Miss Vince, what do you say if the Dolphins get QB 13 at 13? I can see it happening, to be honest. I don't see that happening, not even close. What's up, Michelle? Good morning, one of our awesome members. Yeah, I don't see that happening whatsoever. Only because the Dolphins have told you in so many ways they're sticking with Tua until he gets himself out of the league at this point. What safeties you liking? I like Mubuka or Kevin Winston Jr. Those are some good ones. But Davin actually yesterday morning show was all about safeties. So go check it out. It's like just it's about an hour. But we talked about it yesterday, and I gave some examples of some of the guys that I thought we could target in either free agency or in the draft. But that was yesterday's show, so go ahead and check that out. Um, as well. And I do agree we should have never gotten rid of AVG. I also talked about that yesterday morning's show as well. I think the two major misses yesterday, last year, was not re-signing Rubber Hunt, who clearly was the glue to that O line, and not re-signing AVG as well. Andrew Van Ginkel, clearly the guy we should have kept. But what are you gonna do um when you have a team like the Dolphins who just continue to do the exact same thing and expect something different? Yeah. I'm just checking to see if there's any new news in case you're wondering why do I keep looking this way. Checking the tabloids, and by tabloids I mean Twitter. Uh gotta check them, you know what I mean? Gotta check them all. Check 'em all. But yeah, it's just at this point it just gets very frustrating as a fan sometimes with some of the moves we see this team do, man. I'm telling you. Thank you, Davin. I feel like you've been a Miss Fins fan for decades now because this is literally what we talk about all the time. The fact that Chris Greer is so in love with players who are injury prone players where you're like, why is it that we always gotta stick to these guys when you're like, oh, if you're injured, you're a Dolphin. Like literally. The fact that like that's even a thing is sad. But it is truly a thing. Guys, do me a favor if you haven't done so already. Please, please, please hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Thank you so much. Please hit that like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dolphins do dolphin things. You're right, Miss Fitz. They really do. What's up, Delusion? Another one of our awesome members. Michelle says Greer sucks and upset. He does. But hopefully we can get something out of it. At this point, I'm over it, man. I'm over it. Um I'm over it. I really am. Look, again, like when we started, we have Zach Sealer. That's it. We also signed to a futures contract, Farrell, but that's it. Like we have no one really for us. We have to get someone else. Neil Farrell is technically slotted to be a quote unquote nose tackle behind Benito Jones, but that doesn't cut it for me. I need a real nose tackle, especially somebody that can really stuff the run. Like seriously stuff the run. I'm just sometimes we can get really frustrated because I love my team, and I just find it really annoying with some of the moves or lack of moves that we do. And then people get mad why we get mad. Well, how am I supposed to be happy if we're not doing our jobs? Like this, anywho. But yeah, but the Dolphins, man, We're just something else at this point. We really are something else. Now, don't get me wrong. When it comes to defense, last year, shout out to the defense, man. Top 10. I don't care what anybody says. And you're going to hear this from a lot of people who just refuse to give the defense any credit. Shout out to Coach Weaver, who, in his first year of implementing the defense, ended up being top 10, ladies and gentlemen. Top 10 in points allowed. That's amazing. That's what I'm talking about, especially when the year before that, we weren't top 10. And on top of that, we were top four. We were fourth best team in not allowing yards being put on us. And you pretty much had it where whether it was rushing or passing defense, the Dolphins were ranked ninth in yards and rushing seventh. Allowed the seven least amount of rushing touchdowns the Miami Dolphins had. We ranked seventh best. In passing, we ranked sixth best in allowing the least amount of passing touchdowns. In my opinion, the defense did their job. Yeah, there were some key moments that, man, I wish we would have got that back. We really missed out on this. We needed their help to make this stop here and there. But those are situational stuff. Overall, if you look at the entire body of work, yeah, I'm happy with the defense. Oh, Miss Phins, you're only saying that, but we played nothing but bums. You play who's in the schedule. And I'm going to flip that too, The offense was ranked 22nd when it comes to scoring. And that's sad because all we did was play nothing but bums. The same bums you talk about defense are the same bums we were playing in offense. How did we do? What's up, Joe? Like, man, I'm telling you, it is frustrating as a fan. So we need so much depth. Now, Washington right now has Jonathan Allen, $15 million. He's got a 1 year left in his contract. It is $15 million. That's a lot of money to put on a guy. But in my opinion, if we trade somehow, and it'll probably cost us maybe a low pick, maybe a fifth or a sixth, because you still got to pay him the 15 million. Even if we do trade for him, granted, this past year he ended up playing only 8 games. You know what that means due to injury. You know what that means. That means that he will be a perfect Miami Dolphin Chris Greer candidate. That's what that means. Oh gosh. But besides trying to be, besides being funny, it's true. Now, Jonathan Allen was really good prior to his injury. Do we think that he can maybe do that again for us this year? I think so, especially with having the last season being off after the season-ending injury. This year, he can go ahead. This offseason, he can continue to rehab and get better, come to form. I think it would be good, but I would have to restructure that contract because there's no way that I'm bringing this guy in costing me 15 million in the cap. It's just not going to happen. It makes no sense for us. It'll be too expensive. Too expensive. Now, Jonathan Allen has been great. In 2021, he played 17 games. In 22, 16. 23, 16. Last year was the only one where he really got injured and ended up playing only half the season. But if you look at it, he's consistently getting tackles, solo tackles, tackles for loss, and sacks. In 21, he got 9. In 22, he got 7.5. In 23, he got 3.5, 5.5. And last year, only playing 8 games, he already had 3 sacks. And if he would have actually finished, he probably would have ended up with about 6, maybe even 7 sacks. So pairing him up, we already know Sealer really works well with anybody you put in front of him or next to him. Pairing him up with Sealer, I think it would be a great idea for the Dolphins to do. But we would have to work that 15 million, give him a sign-in bonus, bring that puppy down to probably league minimum, if I'm gonna be honest. Sign him a nice, maybe convert the 15 mil into the signing bonus, make it a 3 year, fully guaranteed the first, or even the second one. The first 2 years guarantee him with a third year option for us to spread out that bonus, and then go from there. And at least you got somebody that is consistent. It's just dealt with an injury. Now we absolutely need to upgrade. We have to upgrade behind Benito Jones. Again, to me, Benito Jones is good depth. He's not a starter. So we need a nose tackle. We need we need a DT. Allen would be a good one. We still need more help because again, we still got the edge rushers as well. Now, some people are saying, you know, should we go for Milton? Milton would be an amazing add to the Dolphins. Milton Williams out of Philly would be great. He's just gonna cost too much money. The same thing with Osa Odighizuwa. Those are two good ones. Really good. I mean, heck, I'd rather get the Super Bowl winning Milton Williams first. But we don't have 20 something $million to be paying a defensive lineman when we need a nose tackle, another defensive tackle, and we need probably two more edges. Like, you just can't afford to put all the money on one guy. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. Now, Timothy says double dip for defensive tackle in the draft, and that's a great idea. Um, because um right now, there are a lot of defensive tackles that are going to be coming out of the NFL draft. This is actually a pretty deep defensive tackle draft. So you can get some really good guys out of this draft itself. I'm actually very excited about it. Because that means that we can go ahead and get some some depth. We need a starter, period. I think that starter is probably going to come in free agency, but that's going to be expensive. We actually need two starters. Let's not even lie. We need two starters. Now, there's some guys out there that we can take a look at. Obviously, I don't think all of these guys will be able to get, obviously. And plus, we're picking 13th anyways. The top guys right now with defensive tackle, defensive line right now, you got Mason Graham, but I think he'll be gone before we even get to him out of Michigan. He's 6'4", 296, 296 pounds. So he can definitely anchor the defensive front while still providing versatility in a scheme. But I still think he's going to be picked up before we could even get to him. Now, you also have Walter Nolan out of Ole Miss, 296 pounds, also 6'4". Again, great. I think he will be pretty good for us. The only problem I have is we might not even able to get him. Now, the next guy I'm going to talk about, I think we have a shot at getting at 13 if we do decide to get him at 13. Now, for Walter Nolan, according to what experts are saying, he does make an immediate impact as a destructive three technique attack in the front. So, sorry, there's a mosquito in my office right now, and the suckers eat me alive. um, so would he be a good addition for us? Yeah. But the guy I think we'll actually have a shot at getting is Kenneth Grant. Was it anybody else? Give me 1 second. Sorry, hold on, guys. I gotta come right back. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Somebody was at the door, so I had to see who it was. Um, where are we? Uh, if we gotta get Walker, that'd be good. Some decent defensive tackle might go undrafted. Yeah, that is true. We gotta attack the undrafted free agents. But this is the thing: if we don't attack free agency overall and see who we can get first, forget the draft. Because I think we're gonna end up moving up for guys that we shouldn't, like Eichenberg, or picking guys that we should have never picked in the first round, like monogamy. So this is why free agency is so much more important. But going back to going back to the draft, yeah, bro, Buffalo needs a DT. Ugh, second round for them will be either DT or wide receiver. True. Timothy 6'7", 331 pounds. Mr. Polk, that is crazy. That guy's huge. I'm hearing Kendall Lamb might come back. It's not. It's not bad. It's not bad. Mr. Bro says Nolan and Stewart. Timothy says I like Dean Walker. Yeah. What's up, Saxman? Good morning, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I think Kenneth Grant. If we were to go instead of safety, even though I want to go safety at 13, or even maybe move back a couple spots. If we do go defensive tackle to get that starting defensive tackle, I think Kenneth Grant would be a good one for us out of Michigan. 331 pounds, 6'4". I like him. He's really good coming off the blocks and one on one. And I think that overall, adding him to the D line, especially with Zeeler, Zeeler's gonna give him that veteran experience, help him get up, to form. I think that's gonna be the probably the one that we can target at 13 if we were to go to to get a defensive tackle at 13 versus a safety. I still want the safety, but I'll take the defensive tackle. Now, Deion Walker, he's projected to go in the second, well, day two, so second round. He's huge, man. 6'7". Holy smokes. This guy is this huge out of Kentucky. This guy's huge. I mean, he's got a big arm, big hands, already huge in height and weight. He got a 40 of 5.10, but then again, he's huge. He wouldn't be so bad. He definitely wouldn't be bad. And it's what I say. You got some really good guys that what do you call it? That would actually be good for us to look at, and they don't have to be first round guys. In the second round you can get them. In the Man, you might even be able to get them in the third round, or even like who said it too? We can get them. Some of these guys are gonna go undrafted. Some of the really really great guys are gonna go undrafted. We might be able to go ahead and get and pick up depth there. Mr. Do you see Tyreek Hill as a Dolphin or a Chief? Dolphin. He ain't going nowhere. Yeah, he's 6'7" and 330. Yeah, I saw that 330. It's insane. That's crazy. Tim has a point. We need a safety, good one, just not a body to be out there. Yeah, we need a starting safety, and we're not about to get that in. It's expensive to get it in free agency, but if we can get somebody that's top tier, I mean, again, if you want to talk about safeties, I talked about them yesterday morning show. Go ahead and take a look at it. We could absolutely go ahead and I still, because we need two starting safeties. I'd rather go safety. There's not that many like top tier safeties in the draft. That's why I want at 13 or maybe even 15 if we, have to trade back for me to do it. Saxman says Oregon's defensive tackle Derek Carmen has some good film, but I don't know. Dude kind of reminds me of Philip Merling, and we all know how his career. You're hilarious. Alfred Collins would be a good pick to two in the second or third. You guys are coming up with some great guys. You guys are coming up with some great guys. It just depends again on who ends up being available. Now I've done some mock drafts, and obviously this is why I don't think we're gonna have a shot at either Mason Graham or Walter Nolan. I think Kenneth Grant we might be able to get him. If that, but I don't think that we'll have a shot at getting the top two ranked defensive tackles. Um, Now Alfred Collins out of Texas, that dude is 6'6", 332. Like that man is good. And the field online. He dominates in the run game. That is one of the when it comes to being a run stopper, he is good. He's got power, he's got processing speed. He can go ahead and go after guys. And when you're facing with a team like a Philadelphia Eagles or like a Baltimore Ravens, where they have or even the Buffalo Bills in your own division. With James Cook, we gotta face him twice a year. I don't know if I think he's still under contract for them. Having somebody like a Alfred Collins that's able to stop that run, that's what you want. You want a big guy. 6'6", 332 out of Texas. That might be a great day two pickup. Remember, we've got the 13th pick and we also have the 48th pick. So it's not like we don't have picks. That's why I almost want to trade back from the 13th pick so we can go ahead and pick up an extra second. If we could pick up an extra second, maybe move back behind. Who was it? I had the Tankathon on to show you guys. Let me pull it up real quick so we can. I'm a visual person. Yeah. Let me pull this puppy up for us real quick. On your marks, ready, set, let's go. Always, you guys can see this with me. Tankathon. Okay. Don't worry, I'm gonna make it bigger. I just gotta exit out of all 32,000 ads that they add here. Okay. Missed one. There it is. Telling you it's like fishing, trying to catch these ads. Oh, let's go, big board. There it is. Oh no, that's not the one. Look, real quick. This is what, if you don't know, go to Thankathon. They always talk about the draft. I love this place, man. Where everything's gonna pick and all that good stuff. But look at who they have us picking at 13. Well, no, my bad. These are the top top guys already being ranked. I think they have a mock draft of the Dolphins. Who do they got us picking? Malachi Starks, man. That's who I want. That's who I want. I want Starks, but I don't think we'll be able to get Starks there. But there's some other safeties we can go ahead and get. This is it. This is what I wanted to show you guys. So we've got the 13th pick. We also got the 48th pick. If we can somehow maybe trade now, we know Colts really desperately need a safety. Desperately need. I thought about that yesterday. They're gonna. I saw Malachi Starks being mock draft to them overtaking us. I think maybe even going to what was it? Um, Carolina. I kept seeing them going to Carolina, New Orleans to try to get that safety, knowing full well we need a safety. So I would hate for that to happen, but if we can go ahead and get and move back a couple spots, and this is exactly why I like Xavier Watts too. And I saw Xavier Watts going in the first round, and I've seen him going in the second round. So I think that we could still pick up a starting safety in that second round. But if we can maybe trade back a couple of spots, I don't know, maybe Arizona or Cincinnati, even Seattle, if we could move back with these guys and pick up an extra second, you know what I mean? Then I think oh man, that would be the best move in my opinion, because that would allow us to be able to get that starting safety and the starting defensive tackle. We might even be able to get two of them defensive tackles, you know? So that's what I like. That's where I'm at. What's up, JC in the building? But is the correct pick the one Greer makes? Oh, that's yet to be seen. Yet to be seen. I'd love to trade back to 20 or 22, get us another second out of it. Exactly. Exactly. We need more second and third round picks. This is why I say if we can go ahead and trade back in that first, I mean, you've got who? Denver at 20? Pittsburgh. Damn. I don't know if I want to trade with Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh always screws us in the draft. Every time we're about to pick somebody, boom! Here comes the Steelers. Literally, they move the pick in front of us and pick the guy that I want all the time. I'm like, so I almost don't even want to pick with them. But even the Chargers, if we do it with the Chargers, trade back a little bit, move a couple spots. I mean, I think that might be a little too much to go all the way down to the 20s. But if we didn't, we were able to get, let's say, a second with it, an extra second, maybe, let's say, a second and an extra fourth, maybe, to equate being in the top 15, I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. Because if we can do that, man, that would be, oh my God, amazing. Amazing. Since he won't budge, they only have 6 picks. You never know. But you're right. You know what I mean? Having a limited amount of picks doesn't help your team. So I get it. Now, as far as defensive tackles in free agency, again, Milton Williams, it's a great pick. It's just too expensive. We can't afford no $20 million defensive tackle in free agency. But we're gonna have to get a free agent. Now, there's still Javon Kinlaws available, Morgan Fox, Jonathan Bullard, Jerron Reed as well out of Seattle. There's still Sebastian Joseph Day out of the Titans. There's still guys out there. And if we want to go defense, I mean, I wouldn't go Lions here, but you still got Levi Onwuzurike. I think I got his name, yeah. You still got him. It's gonna be expensive as heck, but you still got him. So those are some free agent pickups. If we're gonna focus on free agents, which is what we gotta do, because remember, free agency starts next week. The league year starts next week. Those are some of the guys that are available. And if we're gonna focus on the draft when it comes to defensive tackles, I mean, we kind of already went through some of them. There's some good guys that we can even get in that second, that at pick 48. Let's say we do stay, get the safety at 13, and we stay at 48. Excuse me, I'll feel confident because there's such good depth. There's so many defensive tackles this year that are actually good starting level defensive tackles that even if we get them at 48, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. It just depends again on being able to get those guys in Greer not making the mistake like he always loves to do. You know what I mean? But that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now. We have our free agents that we can target. Maybe some of these guys, especially the ones that are injured, especially the ones that are. I mean, we know our GM. We know him. We know what he likes. So if you're injured, you're a Dolphin. And remember, guys, we gotta pick 90 players. Like we gotta fill the roster with 90 players to go into training camp. It's a lot of players we gotta pick. Sorry, hold on. That's a lot of players we gotta pick. 90 players. But we need starters. You have 10 starting positions in offense and defense that you have to hit on. So because we're in a win now mode, we have to hit on free agency before we get it. So we need a starter level free agent defensive tackle. Period. We need them. We also can use a couple more for depth in free agency. I'm okay with that. Bring in a couple guys, take a couple flyers. Okay, cool. But where you're going to have to hit on that other starting defensive tackle that you need, the draft. You have to. You have to, especially in such a beautifully lined up draft for when it comes to defensive tackle. The trenches is our biggest, one of our it's our biggest weakness. Some people will say other position, but we'll stick to the overall team and the trenches. We need them. Don't worry. I'm gonna talk about the offensive trenches probably tomorrow. Some of the free agent guys that I think we could take a look at, as well as some of the draft interior O line. We already know we need guards. We need two starting guards. Don't let them lie to you. We need two starting guards. All we have are backups playing for this team. We need starters. We need starters. And last year would have been oh God, I can't stand this moron. Chris Greer. We should have had our starting right tackle. Sorry. Our starting right guard last year in the first round at 21. He was there. He was there. And I'm like, oh my God, we're finally going to have some protection. Let's go. Edge out of, I don't know where. I was like, who? Man, I was so pissed. Out of all, let me tell you something. Out of all mock drafts I watched that off season between, the mainstream media, other content creators, even my own, only once did I see somebody have Chop Robinson for us at 21. The main focus was D tackle or O line. You would think, that our team will be smart enough. Yeah, but Miss Finch, you had Phillips injured, you had Chubb, we needed an edge. Bro, I understand needing pass rusher. We've never had an organic pass rusher. We already know that. That's not how we roll. But I still think, you tell me. I don't know. You tell me. Do you think we need to work on this O line? Because we would have had that starting guard last year. All we would have needed to maybe worry about in the O line this year would, okay, let's get another guard, or maybe even let's get a tackle this time in the O line so that way we can solidify this puppy. No. Let me go edge because you couldn't pick up an edge in any other round. But wait, we did in the fifth round. Like, I just can't. And the glaring holes in this team is insane to me. But the fact that we have 10 starters that we need to fill in, there's no other way of putting it, guys. We have to focus on those two positions more than anything else: the D line, the defensive tackle, and the safety. We have zero safeties. Go check out yesterday's show. I talked about safety. That's why I don't want to talk about them today. But the defensive tackle, man, that defensive line, we need a nose tackle. We need another defensive tackle. We still need two agents to be on that line. We have to. We have to. So those are the guys that I'm thinking that the Miami Dolphins could definitely go ahead and take a look at, whether it's through free agency that we have to hit on before the draft, and then kind of see, okay, let's rework, let's refocus what our draft should be to complement what we've already done in free agency. This next week coming up, like, this man needs to be doing his job already now. I know we get 2 days of the tampering period, ladies and gentlemen. The Miami Dolphins and Chris Kerr, they need a hit on this free agency. And I don't mean overpay. Guys, right now in the cap, I believe we only have just less than $15 million in the cap. We got to restructure some more of this stuff. I'll probably talk about that later in the week again. Just give you a cap update. We'll do another mock draft on Friday. That now Savine, so, give me a second. Savine is a beast. He was, funny enough, the guy that I drafted, I believe, in the second round or third round. So he's one of the guys that I drafted that I thought, we don't have to get him in the first or second. If we can get him in, high third, low second, hey, that would be to me a brilliant move by the Dolphins. I'm keeping my eye out on him. Sackman says Sevilla would be a dog on the right side of our O line. He's so versatile and a pancake machine. Yeah, he can play any position in the O line. I agree. I like him a lot. That's why I mocked him to us a couple of times. Again, excuse me. I like to do a lot of mock drafts just so I can get a general idea. But there you have it, guys. Those are the Miami Dolphins' defensive needs. We need a nose tackle. We need a starting nose tackle. We already got the depth with Benito Jones, and we technically drafted Neil Farrell, as well as a futures contract. We still need another defensive tackle because we don't know what the Calais Campbell is gonna do. Deshaun Hand was good. I believe he's still under contract. If not, he might be a free agent. I gotta double check that, but I still think we got him. Um, as far as for us, and we also need another edge rusher, at least one, because I want to cut this mother. I want to cut Chubb I can't cut him fast enough. I'm out. I don't want him. Let's free up some cat. That's a very man. I don't know why they didn't already get this man to go into, post June 1st, but That's where I'm at right now. Okay. True Blazer, what's up, True Blazer? We need a new GM. We need a new coach. I thought you were gonna finish the trifecta, but okay. I think we're gonna draft O line. Ali of Scatabo running back. We'll see. When we do the draft show on Friday, we'll talk about it. Um, what day is today? Today's what, Wednesday, right? Today's Wednesday. Yeah, it is. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it Friday. Tomorrow, I'll probably do the O line. I'm focused on the O line. Again, trenches, they're good. I just had to talk about the safeties yesterday because it was the biggest need that we had, in my opinion, besides defensive tackle and interior O line. So now we talked about the defensive tackles today. So if you're just coming through, thank you so much. Go ahead and check out go back into the show. We talk about it. Guys we can, target perhaps in free agency, and the guys we should target in the draft. We did that yesterday too for the safeties. Tomorrow we'll focus on the O line. Might bring in a couple of things that I gotta look at as well. And then on Friday we'll go ahead and focus on doing a mock draft. I'll probably do maybe the top 3 rounds, maybe even the top 4 rounds. So I love doing mock drafts with you guys because you guys get me. You guys tell me, and it's not just me doing the mock draft just to do it. We do the mock draft. So I ask you guys, hey, who do you think we should pick up in this? And at this page, should we trade back? Should we accept this trade? Blah 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 blah. I love doing that. So we're gonna do that on Friday. So come through tomorrow and Friday as well, guys. Thank you so much for coming to. As always, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button, guys, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 2,000 subs before the new season starts, guys. We can only do that with you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to everybody that came through from last night's show, Miami Dolphins Roundtable. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. You guys are the best. And I will see you tomorrow. And as always, bye bye.